What is up, Mom Nation? Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to Energy Shift with me. I'm Erin. I am your go-to for all things hormones, health, wellness, body composition, fat loss, muscle gain, all the things, especially if you are over the age of 40. You gals are my people. Hope you're having a good week. The weather has been lovely here in Mexico. I'm sure it's been lovely in Phoenix as well. We've been really busy. My business is getting busy, which is great. So having a lot of conversations. We've been fostering puppies. We don't have them right now, but we're getting them back next week. So we had 7 puppies for a few weeks that we were rehabilitating, and they went to a different foster. And she's going out of town, so we're taking them back next week. One is adopted, so we're going to try to find homes for 6 puppies. So things have been a little bit crazy, but in a good way, really good way. So one thing that's happened to me over the past week and a half, 2 weeks is I've been working and focusing really hard on my Instagram strategy for my business, and it's going really well. And I've been offering, just like I offer here on Facebook, free metabolic health audits to help women who are stuck in their biofeedback or body composition goals, or both. And by biofeedback, I mean energy improvement, mood swings, inflammation, bloating, all of the things that we deal with in our 40s, 50s, and beyond. Okay. And one of the themes that I continue to see, I literally have done 130 of these in 2 weeks, which is crazy. I've been slammed. But it's really, really good data, and I am a huge data nerd. And one of the main things that women are coming to me and telling me is their energy signals are off. They have low energy. In addition to that, they also want to lose body fat. So what we're seeing is 2 opposite ends of the spectrum, right? For body fat loss, we know that we need to be in a caloric deficit, meaning we need to eat less food or less calories overall. But at the same time, we're dealing with energy issues. Food, calories are energy. So in order to be able to support our bodies, how do we have both? And what I see super frequently is we're trying to push ourselves with our deficit, trying to push ourselves with our calories, and then we go into a super stressed state. So whether that is recovery issues, sleep issues, this is where you might notice that when you enter a deficit, you start waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning more frequently than you did before, or your sleep quality gets worse. That's a signal that your body needs more nutrient support, not less. And that doesn't mean that you can't also lose body fat, but we have to pay attention to the body signals. What we have not been taught is that every signal our body is giving us is a sign. It's a symptom of a deeper problem. It isn't a situation where I have food noise. Food noise is the big term now, right? That is a symptom of malnourishment. It is not conducive to necessarily for a lot of people needing to band-aid it with a pharmaceutical. What we need to do is determine why you keep having cravings. Usually we're not consuming enough protein, we're not consuming enough fiber, micronutrients, and we're not consuming enough overall calories part of the week. So what that would look like is we're dieting Monday through Thursday. Maybe you're not even dieting. Maybe you're just really, really busy. So you're skipping meals. You have coffee or a quick, one of those bottled protein shakes for breakfast. You have a measly lunch or no lunch. You go home and have dinner at night. You're ravenous. You're over consuming or having alcohol. Those kinds of things are going to lead to metabolic distress, energy issues, and overall depletion. And what it's doing is it's not sending your body a signal that you're safe. You're not in that. If you're not sending your body a signal that you're safe, fat loss becomes harder, especially after 40. Our hormones are a lot more stable in our 20s and early 30s. When they start to change in our late 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, we have to minimize that stress response. There really is no other way for that to happen. Otherwise, you're going to experience inflammation, bloat, the belly fat gain, the sleep disturbances, the mood swings, the brain fog. And yes, some of those those symptoms come with perimenopause and menopause, and they can be managed well with HRT and other supplementation based on your symptoms. However, if you are not fueling your body correctly and you're not prioritizing your metabolic health, all of these things are going to be void. Your hormones are going to be off, yes, but that's because you're malnourished or undernourished. And when I say malnourished, I don't necessarily mean that you're not eating enough calories. Most of us are consuming enough calories. We're just not consuming the correct nutrients and the correct balance of food that our bodies need to balance, stabilize hormones, gut health. Our gut health is deeply connected to our physical health, our inflammation, and our fat loss goals. So if your gut is off, you're going to struggle to maintain your weight or to lose weight or to see your body composition change. Okay, so I have 3 things that we can do in order to improve all of that. Super simple. First is understanding what you need to build balanced meals that are going to help improve your energy and give you what you need nutrient wise to not have food noise, to not have the inflammation, to improve energy and to improve sleep overall. So what we want to look at, and I can give you templates for this. So if you need help or you are a visual person, I can give you some visuals. Just reach out to me and let me know that you watch this and I will get you what you need. But what we want to do, we're just going to keep it super simple. We're going to pick a protein source, a lean protein source, a fat source, and a carb source for every single meal. So what this might look like, and I'm going to do this in a way that is conducive to what I see in a lot of women's food logs, because I look at food logs all day long, is like for breakfast, we have coffee with creamer or a latte, some form of caffeine. Then we have just a bottled protein shake. Those are like 200 calories. So we're starting the day off energy depleted already. We're coming from a fasted state, going into a depleted state with energy. So that is why your cortisol curve might be off, because we're not allowing the stress response to come down like it's supposed to. So it's spiking at different times of the day. We have to work on that. We need a substantial breakfast. And no, you don't have to cook for 20 minutes to make it work. We can put ourselves in a position to where it's simple and effective. So what that might look like is keep your protein shake. And then we're just going to add a piece of toast and some butter for carbs, and then a little bit of Greek yogurt. Because with the protein shake, you're getting like 20 grams of protein. We want breakfast to be closer to 35 or 40. That is what's going to keep you stable, stabilize blood sugar, stabilize hormones throughout the day, is keeping those meals somewhere in the 400 to 600 calorie window. So you don't have to eat this all at once. Maybe while you're getting ready, instead of having creamer in your coffee, you use your protein shake as creamer. So you're getting your caffeine, you're getting your protein. And then for breakfast, you're going to have a piece of toast with a little bit of butter. You're getting your carbs, you're getting your fat, and then you're going to have a high protein Greek yogurt, 20 grams of protein or so. So with that, we're at like 42 grams, probably a little bit more with the other things added. We want to have some fiber in there. So with your yogurt, put a little raspberry, blueberry, blackberry, whatever you like, and some chia seeds on top. Super simple. You can grab and go, eat it in the car, eat it at your desk, that kind of thing. So we have our protein, the shake and the yogurt. We're at 42 grams already, if not higher. We have our fiber with the berries, and we have our carbs and fat with toast, a piece of toast and a little bit of butter. Simple. That is 2 minutes and you're out the door. Okay. Lunch, same thing. We want a protein source, we want a carb source, and we want a fat source. This can look super simple. What I like to call it is adult Lunchables. So what this looks like is some sliced turkey breast, some low fat like mozzarella cheese or string cheese, and then maybe some like hummus and veggies. Easy. All of these things you can pick at throughout the day. They make it super simple to run out the door. You're not prepping a elaborate meal. Most of the time, the women I talk to are overcomplicating their meals. Keep it super simple. List 5 protein sources, 5 fat sources, 5 carb sources. I'm going to give them to you if you want to write them down. We have turkey breast, chicken breast, white fish, shrimp, and a lean steak, like a filet or a sirloin, something along those lines. It could also be cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, tofu, if you are a vegetarian, all of those things are going to be conducive to your goals. So those are your protein sources. It doesn't have to be only those. Of course, there are more. You can use what you like, but we're talking lean protein sources here. Fat sources are going to be like avocado, full fat dairy, cheese, nuts, olive oil, coconut, those kinds of things. So you can add as kind of a garnish to your meal. You want your fat sources to be like kind of thumb size, right? So you're getting the most calories with fats, you're getting the most bang for your metabolic buck with protein, and then you want carbs for energy. So when we're talking about carbs, it does fall into the fiber category, right? So we have carbohydrates and we have fibers. Oftentimes fibers fall into carbs as well. So that's where we're talking about berries or vegetables or popcorn, even brown rice. All of those are great carb and fiber sources. So we want to pick one of each and make sure that we're doubling down on fiber, because we talked about earlier, the gut health. Most women I talk to don't know how much fiber they're eating or have never been taught that they need to prioritize fiber. So we have gut dysbiosis, we have bloating issues, we have gas issues, we have like constipation issues, like all across the board. That is a tell for why it's hard to lose body fat. If your body is stressed and off, if your gut is stressed and off, body fat loss going to feel really, really difficult. Okay. So we want to do the same thing for dinner, and we want to prioritize a healthy protein snack or a balanced snack like we're talking about. Maybe you want something like a cookie. Cool. You can totally have a cookie, but at the same time, let's make sure we're having something with protein. So you could have a cookie on the side and maybe like a little cottage cheese and fruit bowl. So you have like the fruit for your fiber, and you have the cookie is going to have your fat in it. It's going to also have some carbs, right? Probably not a lot of protein, but the cottage cheese is going to have protein. So you have a little bit of both. And yes, in a lot of cases, this means that we are eating more calories overall. That is most of the work that I do is bringing up calories to a stable baseline, making sure that we're getting the right nutrients, because again, what I see is skipped meals, really under consuming, and not intentionally. It's just we're busy and we don't know what else to do. So we figure that if we skip a meal, that keeps us calorie controlled. But what it's actually doing is the opposite, because it's putting you into a stress state that makes you want to overconsume later. Understanding this is the key. And it's really challenging, okay? Because you're going to have to kind of flip how you think about fueling your body. We have been taught to restrict for so long. We really need adequate amounts of calories and nutrients to get our bodies and hormones to respond, especially after the age of 40, okay? So we have food. Those balanced meals are number one. This is huge. Number two is steps. Getting in steps, even if it's a 5 or 10 minute walk after you eat, that helps with inflammation, helps with energy management, it helps with blood sugar control. So getting out and going on a walk, I like anything above 7,000 steps a day. And it sounds counterproductive that adding movement is going to help with energy, but it absolutely does. It also helps with digestion. So if your gut health is off, again, with the food changes and the movement changes, you are going to see shifts in inflammation, shifts in bloating, shifts in body composition change, shifts in energy, and shifts in your mental health. So we have the balanced meals, we have the walking 7,000 steps a day or more, especially after you eat. And yeah, I know that you probably can't go for a walk after 3 meals a day, but as much as you possibly can. If you can just get out, go on a walk around the block. It's good for the kids too. The weather's nice right now. It's easier to do that. It's going to get hot. So having something like a walking pad, you can see mine over here, hanging on the wall there. Right now it's nice enough here to walk outside, but I use that walking pad a ton in the summer, or if we're in Northern Arizona in the winter, to make sure I'm still getting my steps in every single day. And number 3 is sleep strategies. Okay. So this is something that we need to focus in on. Not scrolling 2 hours before bed. If you need to text somebody on your phone, cool. But we really, like, what I do is I usually fall asleep around 10. So at 8, That's a firm cutoff. And it's hard for me because I'm on my phone working a lot and I'm constantly on social media, but I have to cut myself off at 8. And I have a ritual around it. So what I have done is if you create this ritual for yourself, it's going to feel more enjoyable and not painful to drop the phone for 2 hours, because what that's doing is dysregulating your cortisol. It's causing more inflammation. It's causing worse sleep. We want to improve sleep. We want to improve recovery. We want to improve movement, and we want to improve food quality. All of those things are going to help you to feel better, to start to look the way that you want to look, to show up as you want to show up. Okay. So the sleep strategy. So what I've been doing, 8 p.m., I put the phone down. I love gummy vitamins. So I have some like sleep magnesium gummies that I take. I look forward to them. You could do that too. Grab them on Amazon. I can show you exactly the ones I use. And then the next thing I use is a sleepy hot chocolate. Tastes like dessert, gives me something sweet at the end of my day. So if you're somebody that craves sweet stuff, this kills 2 birds with 1 stone. It's going to help you with your inflammatory response. It's going to help you with your sleep quality, and it's going to give you that sweet. I get both of these things on Amazon. Again, I'm happy. I don't remember. I think the hot chocolate is Moon Brew, and I've also used Kill Switch. Both of those are good. So it's just a scoop of that. I add a little bit of half and half to it, so it's kind of creamy. And I swear, like, not only does it knock me out, but it like gives me that like sweet treat that I have in bed. My husband and I usually will watch a show before we go to sleep. So I'm like watching my show, hanging out with my husband, sipping on my hot chocolate, off my phone. I turn it all the way over. I have my alarm on, obviously, but like I turn it all the way over so I don't see notifications coming in. If you have, teens or whatever you need to pay attention to, obviously don't do that. Or maybe like just keep your watch on. If you have an Apple Watch, that'll show you if important text messages come in, because it's so like, I know for me that if I see like a Facebook notification or TikTok or Instagram, I'm going to check it. And so I just turn the whole thing completely over. That in and of itself has improved my sleep quality over time. But then the sleep gummies and the hot chocolate that I just added in recently have been a game changer. And it's something that I did before, but I kind of forgot about it. And I missed it. I didn't realize that I missed it so much, but it gives me my cake and eating it too, right? I get a little sweet at the end of the day, but it helps me with my sleep. It helps me with my stress. Magnesium glycinate is such a game changer. If this is number 4 strategy, if you're not using or taking magnesium glycinate every single night, do it. It's going to help improve digestion. It's going to help improve your cortisol, and it's going to help improve your stress levels. So I take I think they are 200 milligrams. So I'm taking 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate every night before bed, or I do the gummies, depending on what I have at the time. I prefer the gummies, but when I'm in Mexico, I just take what I can because not everything is as available here. But if you're in Phoenix or in Arizona, you can get Amazon to deliver, or you can grab them at, Whole Foods or whatever the case may be. So, okay. Balanced meals. Let me know if you need a template for that. Walking strategy, 7,000 steps a day or more. Get out in the sun. Your body needs that vitamin D. Number 3 is your sleep strategy. Get yourself a little nighttime treat that goes into the direction of your goals. Another thing you can do is tart cherry juice and some of those poppy sodas. That's my summer go-to because it's a little hot for hot chocolate. So I'll do like in a wine glass, a couple ounces of tart cherry juice that stimulates natural melatonin. Okay. And then some of the poppy soda, like cherry vanilla or something like that. Delicious and refreshing. A little probiotics in there too. And that's my summertime nighttime drink. So if you don't want something hot, you could go that direction as well. They also have powdered magnesium that you could use to make in a drink similar to that. So if you are a more cold beverage girly and you want something that feels kind of like a cocktail, you could do it in that direction. All of these things, if you combine them, are guaranteed to improve your hormones, improve your inflammation, improve your body composition, and definitely improve your energy levels. So don't sleep on this. Let me know if you have any questions. I will be back next week to chat even more. If you ever want me to talk about anything specific, please let me know. I would be glad to cover any topics that you would like to hear about. And if you like these, reach out, say hi, send me a DM. I love to get to know you guys. If you want a metabolic health audit, I'm still doing them for free. You can reach out to me as well, and I'd be happy to review your plan and give you some ideas on how you can continue to improve your body composition and energy and health, all the good things. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back next week.
Struggling to feel your best? When energy is low and nothing seems to work, it's time for a new approach. Here's someone who guides real people to real, lasting wellness. Meet Erin McDonald, certified master health coach, nutrition coach, and NASM personal trainer. Helping you create simple, lasting routines that support a healthier, more energized you. Feel better, move better, live better. Because health isn't just a goal, it's a lifestyle you deserve. Take the first step toward feeling your best. Your future self will thank you. Connect with Erin today.